Take a look at my face. This is the difference between no eyelash Erica, but still confident. I love it. And boom, boom, Erica. Ever since I was little, I've always wanted eyelashes. However, because I have monolid, every time I open my eyes, my eyelashes just disappear. I have like the short, straight, downward eyelashes. When I wear like lash strips, you know, my eyelashes go down, the lash strips go up. It's really obvious that my eyelashes are fake and they just don't look very good because it's not very seamless. Mascara never works because I get the smudgy smudge. I've also tried the magnetic lashes that kind of like snap together right on top. However, I don't have enough lashes, so it actually doesn't work. And then I'm also worried that if I sneeze, I'm a pretty aggressive sneezer, but if I sneeze, it's gonna land and it's gonna be like my mustache, like right here. I've also tried that magnetic eyeliner where you put it on like all nicely and then you just like magnetize the lashes to your eye. However, I find it really painful when I'm trying to take off the magnet. I know that sounds really dramatic, but I don't know, it was painful for me. Plus, I'm not really that good at eyeliner, so there's definitely a learning curve that I am not willing to participate in. I've also tried lash perming, which was pretty good. It lasted for me 6 weeks and it was anywhere from $60 to $125. But in the end, my lashes stopped responding to the chemicals that they would put on my eyes, so my lashes just stay straight. I don't think it's that great to put chemicals on your eyes anyways, but for me it was worthwhile because I really wanted lashes. Lash extensions are so beautiful. However, because my eyelashes aren't very strong, they couldn't like hold the weight of a lot of the lashes. I know I could totally find like an amazing lash technician, but they're probably gonna be like a lot more expensive, then I have to drive to them. It usually costs $100 to $200 to get your first base, and then every 2 to 3 weeks you have to go in, spend anywhere from like $50 to $100 to get a fill. So if I have to find a really good lash technician and drive out there and then spend about $100 subscription, if you think about it, per month, that kind of gets pricey. I could totally work it into the budget. However, it's the time that I'm worried about, and my lashes can't even handle it anyways. What is Lashify? Lashify is basically a do-it-yourself DIY lash extension system where you put on like this sticky mascara that's like super healthy and has all these nutrients in it, and then you let that dry, and then you take these little chunks of eyelashes called Gossamers and you just place them underneath your lashes. So what that does is it brings you like this nice seamless look, so when you're looking down or up or to the side, like people think it's your actual lashes. Depending on like the style you're looking for, you can either like go like super natural or just get like that winged look. Like the one thing that makes Lashify so good is that they have so many different kind of Gossamers and like you can really customize each look. Also, this video is in no way sponsored by Lashify. I have no codes for you. Lashify, if you're watching, I am like your #1 super fan. Anyways, I am just so happy that I have lashes that make me feel fabulous. They don't break the bank, and honestly, my natural eyelashes are still looking healthy and strong, so here they are. I've been doing this for 16 months and I'm still going strong, and I am not gonna stop anytime soon. This is the control kit from Lashify. Here we go. And it comes with a few different things that I'll go over in a little bit. So in order to just put on Lashify, all you really need is the control kit. Okay, so in the control kit, you have something called the dual-sided whisper light. So there is black whisper light on one side and white whisper light on the other. You also get a little pre-cleanse sample. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna put the pre-cleanse on, like you could use a Q-tip or a cotton swab, and then let it dry. Then after that, you're gonna put the black whisper light on, let that dry, and then you're gonna dab on the white whisper light, let that dry, use your Fuser Control Wand to grab a Gossamer, and you're gonna hook it on underneath. After you do both eyes, you then let that dry, and then you do the glass sealer to prevent any stickiness at all, or just to seal it to make it more water resistant. Everyone's eyes are different, so depending on your eye chemistry, like how oily your eyelids are, or the shape of your eyes, whether you have hooded eyes or almond eyes, or like, you know, a monolid like me, it really depends on your technique and the tools you're using and like the bonds you're using and the methods you're using. So I'm gonna show you in this video like my method of how I do it. I have oily eyelids and monolid, and I don't know if I have a hooded eye, but definitely my eyelid is touching my lashes, so I have to apply it in a way that brings me more longevity than others. If you have double eyelids or eyelids that don't have any oil at all, you will find that you can probably just get like the bare minimum control kit and probably have the lashes last for a lot longer than me. For me, I do like this certain technique and I'm getting about 5 to 7 days now, which is amazing because it literally takes me under 20 minutes now. Now I'm probably spending about, if you average it out, $30 a month. Some people with their eye chemistry, they need more than just a control kit. So I'm gonna go through some tools that you need from Lashify, tools that are nice to have, but you can kind of buy them anywhere, and then some tools that you don't really need. So then I'm gonna go through the tools, the bonds and the sealers, and then the prep and removers, and then I'll go over the Gossamers on what those are. And I'll be sure to share with you what I find is to be the most efficient and cost-effective way to do Lashify. As far as it goes with the tools that you definitely need from Lashify, this will include the Fuse Control Wand. This wand is literally amazing because it's shaped to your eye, and just like the precision grip that it gives you is just so awesome. You can also, when you're done putting on your Gossamers, you just clamp it together like this, and that's gonna make sure your lashes just kind of stick together so then they don't fall off. The other thing that I think you definitely need is the wandums. So I've actually been using these wandums like for the last 16 months. So all I do is I just slip it on just like this, and I've actually never had them rip before, but they're not very expensive, you know. But there you go, wandums. I find the wandums really helpful for after you apply your lashes and you want to fuse it, you clamp it together with the silicone wandums. The other thing that you really need is this blow puffer. So what it does is it helps speed up your process. You go puff, 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 and it's gonna help the bonds and the glues dry faster. Some tools that you can get from Lashify, or literally like anywhere else like on Amazon, will include a few things such as this LED mirror. So this LED mirror is amazing because you can just tap one side, tap the other, and I find this so easy when I'm doing my lashes. I'll put this on the table, then I'll flip this thing up or flip this thing down, move it around. It also comes with this little 10 times magnifying mirror, and then the cool thing is you can just take this apart and like just put it in your suitcase. You can also just take this part off as well. The other thing that's really awesome is this Lash pad. So it's a silicone pad. You can actually get it on Amazon as well, but I just like that it fits in my LED mirror. What you do is you line up your Gossamers here and it holds them in place so they're not like blowing all over the place, especially if you sneeze. Remember, I'm an aggressive sneezer, so I need them to be stuck down. And it's actually easier to put the bonds and the glues on when it's on the Lash pad. So there you go, so fancy. If it's lost its stickiness, what you can do is just put a bunch of rubbing alcohol on top of it, let it soak for like, I don't know, 5 minutes, and then just wipe it off, and then it's gonna be super sticky again. The other tools that are good to get, but you don't have to buy it from Lashify, but I did, are these wand applicators. Okay, these are really great because I will show you when I do my application. Also, charcoal Q-tips are wonderful as well, but normal Q-tips will be just fine. Some tools that I didn't find necessary to buy were these application sticks. This application stick, I used to use it, but now I found ways to not need it. However, I just have them in case I'm going to be applying Lashify to someone else and I want to keep everything sanitary where I dip it in the bonds. So, but as far as it goes with like a single user, you don't really need this. The other thing is this Lash Curl, and what this does is you push the button and then it heats up to 3 different heat settings, and what you can do is then just put it underneath your eyelashes, or if your Gossamers are already there, you can heat them up. So some people use this to like heat fuse their Gossamers on, but for me, I didn't find this necessary. As far as it goes with storage cases, I just go to Daiso and I just take all my Gossamers and put them in these little divider containers, and then I just put a post-it inside that says, this is like this Gossamer and this one's this Gossamer. And I get these cool like pencil holders and little drawers, and I think it looks really nice. And this is just how I store it at home. Okay, now on to the bonds and sealers. So bonds are like AKA glue, and then sealers are AKA like finishers. The one thing I really love about Lashify is they don't test on animals and their ingredients are really healthy. There's even biotin in some of the bonds, so maybe that's why my lashes have stayed so healthy over the last 16 months. So the control kit comes with black Whisper Light on one side and then white Whisper Light on another. White Whisper Light is also known as clear Whisper Light. So when you do the black one, that's like a certain stickiness, and then the white one's a certain stickiness. This is definitely a need, and it also comes in the control kit. What I would say in the end is I ended up not using the white one too much. After solidifying my technique, I actually bought another tube of black Whisper Light, and then I'll show you what I do when it comes to bondage. Okay, so that's what is included in the control kit, but I just bought my own black Whisper Light. This is bondage, which is a game changer because at the beginning, when I just used just the control kit, I was probably getting only like 2 days, 3 days. But once I added bondage to the mix and then did a certain technique, I ended up extending my time from 3 days to 5 days, then now I'm at 7 days. This is Night Bond. This is not a bond, even though it says Night Bond. So black Whisper Light, white Whisper Light, and bondage are all like the stickies, but Night Bond is a sealer. So I would also say this is really necessary to get. This is kind of like as if you put like a black tape underneath your lashes after you're done. And what this does is it helps it be more like water resistant, like if you're like in the shower. So this has definitely, Night Bond, been a big game changer for me. In your control kit, you're gonna get something called glass. This is also a sealer. So at the very end, when you're done, you actually just take this and then put it on your lashes and the Gossamers after, and it's going to make it even more water resistant. I actually don't use this anymore because I've kind of gotten lazy. Maybe it might even extend my longevity, but a lot of people use glass. A bond and sealer that you don't need is something called control wax. This is just something you can put on your bottom lashes so when you're applying your Lashify, you don't stick together. But I actually found that I barely have enough lashes for this to even go onto, so I would say this is definitely something you don't need. Onto prep and removers. So this is called pre-cleanse, and you will get a little sample in your control kit. This was a huge game changer for me because what this does is it takes all the oils off your lashes before you apply. You want nothing on your lashes, and I usually do my lashes at nighttime, so I already do my Korean skincare. So this removes everything from your lashes. If you use witch hazel or micellar water, that has a little bit of oil in there, so you might find that your lashes are not adhering as well. Pre-cleanse, the best. Also, this lasts me over a year. As far as it goes with removing your eyelashes, you have to be really careful. Just in general, this goes with any type of remover of makeup on your eyes, okay? So you want to be gentle so then you keep your eyelashes and still stay fabulous. So the control kit does come with melt away. We gotta shake it a little bit. It comes with melt away as a sample. I actually didn't find this very helpful. I love what we call release. Release is amazing because what it is a little mascara wand, and it comes with just nice oils inside, and you just put it on like a mascara. I let it soak in for about 20-30 minutes, or basically whenever I'm cooking dinner, and then your lashes will just slide off. How you remove your lashes is basically using oil. So that's why for me, having oily eyelids, I have to change my technique and use Night Bond and bondage in order to get my longevity. The remover you don't need is melt away, and this is because you have to put it on a Q-tip or like on a cotton swab and then just like hold it down and it'll melt away. But for me, I don't like anything tugging on my lashes at all, so I rather just have my lashes just slide right off. And plus there's a lot of nutrients in this release, and it is just amazing. When you get the control kit, you're gonna get 2 Gossamers, and you can pick between A, B, or C, and I'll go over that in just a bit. Every Gossamer has a number and letter associated with it. So C8 is curl, 8 millimeters. Every container has 6 Gossamers on one side and 6 on the other. Depending on how big your eyes are, you can do like 5 across, or you can overlap them, or brick stack them is what we call them. For me, I only do 4 on each eye, so I only use 8. Lashify lingo can be really confusing, especially if you're starting off, like overwhelmingly confusing. So let me help explain how it goes. There's core Gossamers, and then there's volume Gossamers. I don't know anyone that actually just sticks with the core, because usually when you start Lashify, you start off gentle and then you become more extreme. So yeah, I started off using C8s only, and now somehow down the road, I am now at P12s. In your control kit, you're gonna start off with some core Gossamers, and that's gonna be A, B, or C. So that's A for amplify, B for bold, and C for curl. A for amplify just makes your normal eyelashes like just look like prettier, but there's no like dramatic curl, or it's not like very thick. B is the same curl as A, but thicker fibers, so it looks like you're wearing mascara. C is the same fibers as A, but extra curly. So I start off with C because for me, monolid. Those are the core lashes. So you have the core lashes and then you have the volume lashes. And I would definitely say investing into the volume lashes are gonna give you the best bang for your buck because the reusability on the volume lashes are so good. Some of the volume lashes are still delicate, so the reusability on them isn't very good, but I'll show you how I reuse my lashes towards the end of the video. We did A, B, and C. Now we have D. D is drama, which is basically like the thickness of B, but the curl of C. And then you have E, which is extreme. E is basically D, but then double the fibers. And then there's EE, which is extra extreme, which is basically E with more curl. So you can see how they're just building off of each other. Then after EE, there's EI, which is extreme ice. And what this is like thin and thick fibers, and like they're like nice and piecey looking. Then there's F, that stands for fluffy. A lot of people really love this because they're like different lashes going in different directions, but it just looks like really wispy. I would say fluffies look like the lash extension look, but you have to make sure you get them long enough. Then there's FX, which is I think fluffy extreme, I'm not sure. You can get them in black and brown, but what it is basically fluffy with a little bit of an extra curl. Then there's G, which is Gemini lashes, and what that does is it gives you like that PC like lash extension look as well. P is for plushy, and plushy is like literally my favorite, and I think it's because it just looks so gorgeous and the spine is actually really thin, so I found that the longevity is even better, and a lot of the ladies that do plushies, P for plushy, they just love it. Plushy Tame is the same as plushy except for the curl is not as much. Also, plushy's curl is like really, really good. Then there's SB, which stands for Starburst, so that has like a lot of like different length fibers, multi-layer, so you definitely want to go a little bit longer when doing the Starburst. Then there's Stardust, which is like really delicate and beautiful. I would say the reusability on that one is a little harder, but some people have found a way to like make it last for like a long time. Then the newest lashes that just came out, A+, B+, and C+. Amplify Plus, right? What this is like the thinnest base, so it looks so seamless, so you can't even tell at all that you're wearing anything. So those ones, I would say the reusability is like really low. So if you have a lot of cash to spend and you want to just like have like this seamless, natural like model look, then definitely A+, B+, or C+. For me, I'm going to show you my process of how I do Lashify, and these are the tools that I use. I use pre-cleanse, spoolie applicator, Q-tip, fuse control wand with a wandum. I use black whisper light, bondage, Gossamers, blow puff, release, and night bond. Do I look crazy? I love it. Okay, so the first thing you need to do, I usually take a shower first, so you know your face is nice and clean. You shouldn't be wearing makeup when you put this on, or try not to wear any eyeliner or anything, just so you can clean your eyelash. So I know it seems counterintuitive, but you have to put your makeup on after. Okay, dip your Q-tip in the pre-cleanse, and all you're gonna do is just go back and forth nice and gently and remove all your oils from your eyes. Usually at this time, you can just sit here and puff it dry, or you can do something else. Normally at this time, I'm actually setting up my eyelashes and I'm staging them. I'm also gonna do a bond mixture, and this is what has helped my longevity go from 3 to 5 days, now 5 to 7 days. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my black whisper light and my bondage, and I'm actually gonna take 1 drop out of each, and I'm gonna put it on a wax paper. Once you put a drop of each of the bonds together, so bondage and black whisper light, what I do is I take the spoolie thing and I then mix it together. Mix, mix, mix. What ends up happening is it's going to create an even stronger bond. Bondage is actually helpful with water resistance, so showers get a lot easier. You can't dunk your head in the shower, but you can like wash around it. It's like the same if you got regular lash extensions. Like you shouldn't be like blasting the water like on your face. Okay, there we go. We have made a nice mixture. At this time, I'll take my wandum off. So I'll just slide it off just like that. And now I have my little fuse wand. So then I'm gonna open up my Gossamer. I'm using, you guys, I'm just being so fancy for you. Normally I'm just using my reusable ones, but I decided to use a brand new Plushie 12 just for you. Okay, so the way to remove the Gossamer from the container, you have to be careful, especially with some of the Gossamers that are really delicate. What you do is with the pad of your fingers, grab and then gently pull off. Okay, then from there, you can just grab your Gossamer and I'm gonna dip it into the mixture. Don't put too much on there, just gently just pull some of that bond onto your Gossamer spine. It really shouldn't be a lot. It should be just enough to cover all of the spine so there is no empty spine showing. Now I'm gonna place it on my lash pad. Now you're gonna do the same thing with the rest of your Gossamers. After you're done with that, you're gonna take some of that mixture that you made and you're just gonna put it all over the mascara wand applicator. From here, your eyelashes should be dry from the pre-cleanse. So let's get out our little mirror. Tip, tip. And you can go like this. For me, I have to pull up my eyelids, so I have to use 2 hands. Try to remember that putting too much bond on your lashes will make the Gossamer slip off. So you actually want to just put just enough so your lashes are covered, but you want to make sure it's not excessive. Can you see how there's not a lot on there, but it is covering all of the lashes? Can you see up my nose? Once you finish doing that, you can either puff it dry or I literally just go do something else for 20 minutes. There's something called the fingernail test, and that's basically to test if your bond is sticky enough to then place the Gossamers. For me, I literally just put it on. It's not feeling sticky yet, so I'm gonna keep drying it off. Really, I'm just gonna go away and do something for 20 minutes. Bye. Now, during this time, if you put like a little bit of bond on and it's like all over your skin, I just take the same Q-tip that was dipped in the pre-cleanse and I'll actually go through and just make sure it just gets all that stuff off my skin. Just don't put it on the lashes because we're trying to have that dry. I'm wearing a nail polish right now, so I feel like it's a little hard to do the nail stick test, but if you just take that same mascara wand, that spoolie thing, and you just touch it, it should like adhere and like kind of be like super sticky, like Velcro. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take my Gossamer, and remember, this is a learning curve. Like, you'll get better the more you practice. I'm gonna take the Gossamer and put it underneath my eyelash. You wanna be 1 to 2 millimeters away from your waterline. And what this does is it prevents any tugging or pulling. This is also how you get to keep your lash health. So I'm gonna lift my eyelid and I'm gonna place the Gossamer 1 to 2 millimeters away from my waterline. And what I like to do is take the end of the eyelash and have it matched to the end of my eyebrow. So you can see it's not right up against my waterline, but it is pretty close. Gossamer. There you go. Last one. Okay, usually you want to leave the inner corner eyelashes and the outer corner eyelashes without any Gossamers on them, only because those lashes on the inner and outer corners tend to be a little bit more delicate, so I find the longevity is not that good. But for me, since my eyes are a little bit smaller, I just do 4 lashes on each side. I haven't fused them on yet, so let me show you how to do that. We're gonna put on our wandums, so just slip those on gently like that. Then I like to reverse fuse, which means go this way. And then this is called normal fusing, which is going this way. So I'll reverse fuse first. Okay, you can see everything like this, okay? It's not quite on yet, it's just like slightly sticking. So I'll lift up my eyelid, and depending on how you fuse it, you can always fuse and lift slightly, and that's gonna give you a little bit more of a vavoom look. Hold it up. Gently come in here, and I'll just gently squeeze. Gently squeeze. Gently squeeze. Like literally, I'm just gently squeezing just to see if I like the placement. Okay, so once you have the Gossamers on and you lightly reverse fuse them, you're gonna take a look and see if you like where they're placed. Yep, I like where they're placed. Okay, so you go back in and just go a little bit firmer for the reverse fuse. Firmer, firmer, firmer. Do we like that? I think we do. Okay, now flip your wand over and you're going to full fuse it. So usually I'll just do this if you're looking down. I'll do it without holding my eyelid, but you can also hold your eyelid and fuse it and then flip your lashes up a little bit like this. And what that's gonna do is give you more va-va-voom open eye look. Oh yeah, oh yeah! There we go, good placement. These are P12s, I love these so much. I feel so confident with these, so. Oh, yeah, okay. Take a look at my face. This is the difference between no eyelash, Erica, but still confident. I love it. And va-va-voom, Erica! This is my everyday look. I am a physical therapist, so I'm in the medical community. So I'm wearing a mask, and I get so many compliments from people, from a lot of my patients, because I'm like always like looking down. They're like, "Are those your real eyelashes?" And I'm like, "No, they're not." I mean, that'd be amazing if I could grow eyelashes this long. There you go. So you can see the difference side to side. Look at me up. Look at my down. Okay, there's a lot of terms, but this is called lash cleavage, like basically like the top of it. You can see no separation. It's completely seamless. After that, all I do is I just take my night bond, okay, and it has like more like a pokey tip like this. All I'm gonna do is just go underneath the spine of each of the Gossamers, and I'm just gonna just dab, 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 dab. And all that's gonna do is just put like a black piece of tape on my spine, so then it's a little bit more water resistant. For me, I do have watery eyes as well as oily eyelids, so this night bond was a game changer. So I'm just gonna lift up my eyelid, oop, middle finger, lift up my eyelid and just go tap, tap, tap. Like literally just tap underneath those eyelashes. Let's just quickly go through and do my other eyelashes. Also, if you mess up, literally, because you haven't fused it on yet, just lightly pull it off. It doesn't hurt, it doesn't tug, it's perfect. Usually when you look down into a mirror, that's gonna give you really good control. That's why I really like the LED mirrors. Number 2, you know, there's other ways you could do it, like you could stack on top of each other, but for me, I'm a simple girl. I just like to go 1, 2, 3, 4. A little boring, but you know, all I wanted in life was just lashes, so I don't need anything fancy. I just need something cost effective, doesn't hurt my lashes, and is like super easy to do. So you can see I got 3 already. So I could do 4 across, and I still feel like I could have a really good look. That looks pretty good. Yes, okay, so now since I like that placement, and you saw how fast I did that, I promise you're gonna get so much faster once you practice, okay? Well, the first time you do it, you're like, okay, this is hard, but you know, then you practice and you get better and better and better. Okay, reverse fuse time. I'm right-handed, so I'm gonna go in, lightly fuse, lightly fuse, lightly fuse. Okay, I like how that looks. I still take my right hand and I go along the edge, lightly fuse. Do we like how that looks? Yep, we love it. So now I try to full fuse with my left hand. I'll go in, and when you fuse, you're not tugging. Don't pull. All you're doing is just squeezing. Squeeze and lift. And for me, it's really hard for me to get that left corner. So I just take it and I reverse fuse up. There you go. Good. And the reason why I really like these wandums are because it's just gentle on your lashes and you get a lot more surface area when you squeeze. How's that looking? Looks awesome. Night bond, tap underneath. Tap, tap, tap. There you go. Then I just literally let it dry. So at this time, if you have any bond on your eyes, I just take my Q-tip, go around and just try to clean it up a little bit. Yeah, this is my look. Wow, Mom. Eyelashes, okay. Seamless look. Seamless look. Seamless look. So like I mentioned before, I'm actually a lot faster at doing this now. You saw it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, fuse, 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 night bond, boom, done. I actually haven't timed it for a while, but the last time I timed it, which was a few months ago, that was already at 19 minutes, so I'm pretty sure it's a lot less now. Maybe like 15 minutes. I'm usually making dinner, or I'm like doing a lot of scripting or something like in between my lashes. If you don't want to just sit there and puff it dry, just go do something else, come back when it's dry, and then floop, 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 floop. As far as it goes with sleeping, for me, I tend to apply my lashes at nighttime. This is just because I like to not rush in the morning. Some people are called daily wearers, where they will literally apply and reapply like every day, because they just want to sleep and shower like normal. For me, I don't have time for that. So when I'm sleeping, I usually take this little eye mask. It has little holes in them. I like it pitch black when I'm sleeping. So you can put it on like this, and then I usually wear my hair in a bun at nighttime, but there you go, can't see a thing. And this will ensure that nothing's smashing my eyelashes at all, because I don't want anything tugging at my little eyelashes. Little me! This eye mask is amazing. I love this because I love sleep. So I'll link it down below. This is what I get from Amazon. I think it's called a Manta or Mantra or something like that. But there you go. It's amazing. As far as it goes with like showering, washing your face in the morning, it's the same thing as eyelash extensions. You shouldn't dunk your face in the shower, right? So what I do is we'll do my Korean skincare, and I'll just go around. I have one of those like handheld shower hoses, so that's how I wash my hair, like this. And then I usually wash my face in the shower where the water's not splashing me, or I'll wash my face in the sink, but I just do the shower because I'm pretty lazy. When you're taking a shower, it's really important to not let the steam build up. This is how I went from 4 to 5 days to 6 to 7 days, because when the steam builds up, steam, heat, and oil are what remove the lashes. The purpose of Lashify is to be a DIY lash extension system that you could do at home. So you don't want to be using these crazy harsh glues that like last forever. Like some of those have formaldehyde in them. So it's normal for the bonds to be flexible. Like that's like how you're gonna have good lash health. So if you're looking for something that's gonna last like for days and days and days and days, you might want to do lash extensions. But in order to get the lashes to last longer, you have to make sure the steam of your shower does not build up. That makes a huge difference. So for me, we have one of those curtain showers. All I do is I just pull the curtain on the 2 top corners in a little bit, so it's more like of a trapezoid shape instead of like a rectangle square. And from there, it allows the steam to come out. And then also, it's just my husband and I living in our apartment, so I just leave the bathroom door open as well. So if you're doing Lashify, play around with like the shower steam and see if that makes your longevity better. After your shower, try not to touch them at all. Just literally let them re-dry and they will be just fine. If you want to, you can always go in like maybe like a couple of days and refuse it. But honestly, I just put them on, and then like 6 or 7 days later, I then say, oh, maybe I should switch them out. In order to make your lashes last longer, you have to remember a few things. Everyone's eye chemistry is different, so the oilier your lid is, the more humid weather you live in, and the more steam and heat you have, like in your showers, that's gonna decrease your longevity. As far as like swimming and stuff like that, like you can still go swimming. I just like to wear goggles. Some people that have really good like eye chemistry, they actually go swimming with their lashes on. But for me, I don't really like dunking my head anyways. But I have been to the beach with these. Oh, I also exercise a lot. I sweat a lot, and like I'm like dripping sweat. As long as like it's not like steam and oil and like hot water like going through your lashes will be just fine. So I'm like sweating a lot. Like you can run. Look at this. You can run and stuff and like the lashes won't fall off. If you're wanting to clean your lashes, what you can do is dip a cotton swab back in the pre-cleanse, and then what you'll do is you'll just go above and below the lashes, and that's gonna clean them. For removing the lashes, you're gonna use the release, and all you do is you take that and you put it on, let it soak for 20-30 minutes, and then gently pull the lashes off I would not pull them up this way. Just go under and like kind of like just flick it off just a little bit, and then the lashes will come off. Also, it's normal to lose a few lashes because it's like lashes you would have lost anyways. So if you do see some lashes in the bond, it's kind of like if you're putting your hair in a French braid and you leave it there for like 3 days. When you take out the French braid, you're gonna have shedding. Everyone has normal lash shedding. That's totally fine. It's really important when you are removing your lashes to let the release just sink in, so then the eyelashes can just gently slide off. You should not be losing any of your natural lashes, like more than the normal shedding, if you are doing the placement correctly. When it comes to reusing the lashes, the volume lashes are going to be so much easier to reuse because the spines are a little bit thicker. For me, for my plushies, I have not lost one yet. So normally after like, I'll use put one set of plushie 12s for 1 week, and then I do another one for another week, and then another one for another week. I'll usually just put them in a container with 90% isopropyl alcohol, and I'll just let it soak for a while. You can like literally 4 hours is fine, but for me, I like to do like everything in batches. I'll put my 3 weeks of Gossamers in here, and then like maybe like once a month or like twice a month, I'll go through and do my lash laundry. To do the lash laundry, first I'm going to take my fuser wand and grab a Gossamer out. And it's normal for the black stuff to be kind of like puffy. That means it's just dissolving. This is how you can reuse all the Gossamers. You'll take the Gossamer, put it on a paper towel, then you're going to take your wand and you're going to scrape away the excess bond. You're going to grab the Gossamer and then just gently move up, up, up. And what this is going to do is remove any bits of bond from your Gossamer. From there, I'll put it in my little storage container. And voila! You are done with your lash laundry. Because I do lash laundry, this is how I get my monthly cost so low. A lot of the lashes, they last a really long time. In the beginning, I just bought like the control kit, and then as I went through, I was just kind of seeing what I need. What you could do is get the Lashify control kit, right? And usually there's some sales here and there. Honestly, the price of it is like 1 Lash Extensions base and then like a fill for the month. And this is like a wonderful investment, and it'll save you time, it'll save you a lot of money. And then from there, what I would do is I would just get the things that I mentioned, so like the bondage, the night bond, the pre-cleanse, and the release, right? And then from there, you end up just saving a lot of money over time. One of the best things about Lashify is it's like so innovative. Like there's so many different kind of Gossamers you can do for like a really beautiful look. Go on their Instagram and Facebook page because there's like a lot of tutorials, and what they call them lash maps. That's like the map of what you're gonna be placing on your eye. Like everything is just so gorgeous. You can easily customize like the type of look that you want. Also, you can customize the length and the different style. You can like mix like Stardust and Fluffies and then C's and then B's, then A+ and Gemini's. And literally no look of yours will be the same as someone else's look because of your eye shape. I know there's a lot of other brands out there. I can't speak on those because I have not tried them. But as far as it goes with Lashify, I've been using this for 16 months. I think in the last 16 months, maybe I went 7 total days without it. And that's only because I was not smart and I left my lashes in my check-in bag, not my carry-on. So my check-in bag ended up being shipped to Korea and I was stuck in Hawaii. So at that time, I decided I'm never leaving my Lashify anywhere where it is not with me. All of this stuff is fine. It goes through security just fine. I would probably just leave it with your beauty stuff though. Like if you're like super paranoid about it, and maybe leave the wandoms on and be like, oh, these are my tweezers, right? But yeah, there you go. I hope you liked this Lashify review, and if you have any questions, comment below. All right, see you later. Bye.